For the moment, though, let's turn our attention to women in sport. We welcome KASS NAIDOO onto the show. She's no stranger to SAFM and SAFM Sports Special as a whole. She's the owner of G Sport for Girls. It's a lovely initiative that really gives recognition and awareness to the women of our sporting world. To a certain extent, I'd have to argue we live in a largely chauvinistic society, and maybe even more so in the sporting world, but G Sport goes that extra mile to make sure that we have that awareness and have the time to honour our women in sport. Well, we're talking about the 2012 SPA G Sport Award finalists that were announced, and having a look at the names: 2 Olympic medalists, South Africa's most capped athlete, its most celebrated Paralympian, and a pole fitness champion have made the cut for the 2012 SPA G Sport Awards. KASS, you must be smiling from ear to ear.
Well, I am, and just listening to the way you put it, it just reminded me that we have actually, achieved a lot. We have a lot to celebrate, and then on the flip side, there's just so much to do. So it's a very, very active and very thriving environment in women's sport, and I think the people who contribute to it have a lot to be proud of us.
Oh, you certainly do. Having a look at how you've put the awards together, the list was trimmed to top 3 nominees per category, but by the award judges. And you got the finalists for the Athlete of the Year. We got Athlete of the Year with a Disability, up-and-coming athlete as well. We've got the Style Star, the Woman of the Year, the Overall Woman of the Year, the Coach of the Year, and something very interesting for us, because Natalie Jamanis, our cricketing guru, is in the mix there, Women in Media Award.
It's a lovely award, Women in Media, because they're the people who really take the message of women's sport around, but also achieve in an environment like Natalie has as a radio cricket commentator. It's a male-dominated environment, and she's really made a mark. And congrats to her on her FAB award. And it just shows in this category there were 12 nominees, and Jane Bramley was the judge. And I said, Jane, it's your toughest assignment yet. And she really had a tough time, and well done to the 3 finalists there.
All the names that have been put together by the awards judges, I mean, how do you choose between them? The Athlete of the Year, we got Bridget Hartley, Marsha Maresha, Caster Semenya in the mix there as well. Also, Athlete of the Year with a Disability, Ilza Hayes, Natalie Dutoy, Hotacha Monchache, and the up-and-coming athletes as well. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more of these names as the years roll by. Tasneem Amra, Tato Makafola, and Lauren Vati.
Well, the Athlete of the Year, the upcoming Athlete of the Year, is a brand new award this year, and we thought it's important that youngsters are celebrated so they understand what it feels like to have that champion feeling, and to sit next to someone like Natalie Dutoy at the SPA G Sport Awards. What a feeling. But a great one is Tata Makafola. She's 17 years old. She's in matric and busy studying, and she, I would say, is the next Caster Semenya.
Oh.
So this is awesome. It's great for women's sport. And the thing about the SPA G Sport Awards, it's one day where we all get together for the only time probably in the year to talk and to network and to take women's sport forward. But every other day, people are working hard to make sure that our women athletes are doing well. So we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day of celebration. Not so much razzmatazz. I think the entertainment is very much on the athletes in terms of their performances, and we're really looking forward to it.
Well, I must draw everybody's attention to the fact that there's a man among the nominees for the G Sport Coach of the Year. We've got Joseph Nkonza, Banyana coach there.
Well, we've got... It's great in the Coach of the Year category because we have 3 national coaches. So it's Elise Kotzer, who's the SPA Proteas netball coach, Joseph Nkonza, you mentioned, Banyana, and Yashim Ibrahim Hassan, who's the national coach of the Proteas women's team. And they've done well. They've become the first team to win on the subcontinent. Mignon Dupree is the new captain, and there's a real energy in that team. And I think perhaps what's happening with the men's team has rubbed off on everyone else in cricket and realized, well, actually, we can become the best. So I'm really looking forward to seeing which coach walks away with that award. All 3 deserved nominees.
Well, as we speak, I'm on the G Sport website, gsport.co.za, at the 2012 Awards Voting Hall. I'm going to put up those details on our Twitter feed, SAFMSS. Enlighten us, though, KASS. How long do we have to vote? Can people vote as many times as they want? And how long do they have to cast their ballot?
Well, the final part of the campaign is really a popularity contest. And that's why we have the judges, because the judges make sure that the top 3 any one of them are deserved winners. So in the end, you can vote as many times as you want. It shows us how good and how strong your brand is in terms of getting your influencers in your communities to vote for you. So we're open until midday on the 17th of November. And we're going to have secret voting. Basically, we close down all the numbers from the 15th, so nobody knows what the numbers are anymore. And lots of fun and games. But everything is really up to the nominees themselves, the finalists, and their communities. And as you can see, the top category, I'm just having a look now, is the Women in Media category, where 21,000 votes have been cast. So we've had over 50,000 votes to date, and we've just had a couple of days of voting. It's going to be really good to honor these women on the 20th.
Well, I'm going to be extremely biased there and cast my ballot several times for Natalie Germanis in the Women in Media Award.
Should. That's a good colleague. That's what a good colleague does.
Of course. Friends and colleagues alike. Well, KASS, it's always an absolute pleasure chatting to us on SAFM Sports Special. We love having you on the show. And forward with G Sport for Girls. You are such a brilliant initiative and so vital to the development of sport, not only women's sport, but sport in general in South Africa. We look forward to the G Sport Awards, and I suppose we'll chat to you once those winners have all been announced.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Take care.
KASS NAIDOO, owner of G Sport for Girls, chatting to us about the 2012 SPA G Sport Award finalists. Like I said, going to put up that URL onto our Twitter page, the G Sport for Girls. The 2012 SPA G Sport Award voting gallery is up on our Twitter feed. SAFM SS is where it's at. Go in, cast your votes, and come on, support SAFM Sports Special and our alumni in South Africa in Brisbane.
SAFM Sports Special with Nick Bauer.
More than 100 performances and events in dance, cinema, theatre, trade, visual arts, literature, music, science, sports, tourism, education and more make up the French season in South Africa, showcasing the rich set of collaborations between France and South Africa. Visit www.france-southafrica.com to find out all you need to know about the French season in South Africa 2012. SAFM is the official radio partner.
Join me, Kanyuma Kubane, on Living Sounds on Sunday, the 18th of November 2012, broadcasting live from the 5th SABC Crown Gospel Music Awards 2012 at the ICC in Durban. Tune in to Living Sounds between 6 and 8 p.m. when we will be bringing you the cream of the crop in the gospel music industry live from the red carpet. SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
My name is Janine Mitchell, South African superbike racer, and I'm one of the ambassadors for the Shake the World Millennium Bracelet campaign, which aims to raise social awareness on the 8 Millennium Development Goals, which are set by the United Nations in the year 2000. Though all 8 goals are equally important and interlinked, the ones that are closest to my heart are Goals 2, which is to achieve universal primary education, and Goal 3, to promote gender equality and empower women. Because let's face it, primary education is a start where kids can make their dreams come true. And in Goal 3, as I compete in a male world, gender equality is important to me. Women can do what men can do. We just have to believe we can. We can make a difference. By wearing these colorful beaded bracelets, I'm pledging my support and commitment to helping my country achieve the MDGs through active citizenship. That's how I'm shaking the world. How do you shake the world? Shake, shake.
This is SAFM.
Quest for Freedom. Thabo Mbuyelwa Mbeki.
After the April 1994 general elections, Thabo Mbeki was handpicked by Nelson Mandela to be the first deputy president of the new government of national unity.
This is SAFM.
Robert Allenby, and you're listening to SAFM Sports Special.
You certainly are, and coming up in a moment or so, I've got a bit of a treat for you. We were going to chat to Bert Leclos, it's dad of Chad Leclos, our swimming sensation that bagged those medals at the 2012 Olympics, but we've got a bit of a treat. Chad himself joins us in a moment or so to chat about him bagging the 2012 SA Sports Star of the Year award at the 2012 SA Sports Awards that was held by the Sports and Recreation Department this past Sunday. I look forward to that on SAFM Sports Special, but let's find out what happened in the cricket. What didn't happen in the cricket? No rain. No play as a result of rain. Second day. First test between the Proteas and the Aussies in Brisbane.
Day 2 was a frustrating day for everybody concerned. Not a ball was bowled after incessant rain fell throughout the day. On day 1, though, South Africa were in control of the match when they ended off the day's play at 255 for 2 after 82 overs. Hashim Amla was on 90 not out with Jacques Kallis on an unbeaten 85. The pair had already added 136 runs for the third wicket partnership after Alvaro Peterson had put on 64. He was caught by Michael Hussey at mid-on of the bowling of Nathan Lyons, but in general played a flawless innings, and one false shot proved to be his undoing in the end. His opening partner Graham Smith was dismissed early on. He was LBW to James Pattinson for 10 from 27, but Graham Smith's decision to choose to bat first certainly seems to have been the correct one. From Australia's point of view, they were poor with the ball. More often than not, they bowled too short and also a little bit too straight, and they seemed to just lack a little bit of intensity on day 1, and South Africa took full advantage of that. But more than likely, Australia will come back fighting on day 3, and they've had a lot of time to think about their strategies and try and pull themselves together. So from South Africa's point of view, though, it wasn't all good news. JP Duminy sustained an injury that will keep him out of the game for 3 to 6 months. He ruptured his Achilles tendon in his left ankle after the day's play when they were going through some warm-downs and doing some shuttle sprints. And unfortunately for JP Duminy, he has to undergo surgery and then he'll be back on his way home. His surgery, though, is said to have gone well. The doctors are happy with his progress, and he will stay in the hospital overnight, and then in about 3 days he will have another visit from the doctor just to check that everything is okay, and then will return to South Africa. For South Africa, unfortunately, that means they are a batsman light and also will be missing the spin services of JP Duminy. They didn't go in with the frontline spinner of Imran Tahir and were going to use JP Duminy as their spinner for the test match, but now that he is out injured, South Africa will try and have to make up some of the overs with some of their makeshift bowlers. So it's going to be a tough task ahead for South Africa, but because one of the day's play was rained out, it could mean that the pitch won't dry out as much, and maybe the spinner might not even really come into it. It all depends, of course, also on how the weather will be for the rest of the 3 days. The forecast is better for the rest of the 3 days, but we could still have some more interruptions. For South Africa, they are going to be naming a replacement for JP Duminy, and at the moment it's the left-handed batsman Dean Elgar from the Free State that is leading the charge. There is a couple of other names that have been thrown in the mix, like Ashwell Prince. Ironically, if Ashwell Prince is to come back and replace JP Duminy, it will be a reverse of what happened in 2008. Ashwell Prince got injured in 2008 after he got struck on the hand by Mackay in the practice nets before the series had started, and it was JP Duminy who replaced him in the team and ended up making that half century in Perth and then the 150 in Melbourne, which helped South Africa win that series. That would be certainly the ultimate irony. But it's at the moment it seems that Dean Elgar is leading the charge, and they will more than likely make the decision either later today or tomorrow morning. So we await the start of day 3, and hopefully it will be a better day in terms of the weather, and it will be starting a half an hour early, so it starts at 1:30 South African time. Natalie Jamanis for SAFM Sport.
So unfortunate that there wasn't a chance for play today in that first test between Australia and South Africa in Brisbane. And I suppose it's even more chance now that we won't get a full result at the end of the day. Now, it's not very often that I get to speak to a living legend, but Chad Leclos, I'm trying to recall the last time that we chatted to you on SAFM Sports Special, and it was prior to the Olympics. And I hazard to say you weren't such a big star. One thing that I have noticed that hasn't changed is that you're just so gosh darn humble. It's now I speak to you as the SA Sports Star of the Year. You're officially a millionaire because you bagged R1 million, and you might be quite a popular man in Durban, I suppose, driving around in your brand new BMW.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Superb.
Yeah, no, it's been crazy. You know, the last 2 months have been just, incredible. You know, I remember actually speaking to you guys, and yes, no, I don't think I was. Nobody really knew I was, but I think, now it's hard to miss me with my car's got my name on, so it's a little difficult.
Yeah, Chad, how much has life changed? You seemed like this bright young star that was going over bright-eyed, bushy-tailed to the London 2012 games. People expected big things from you, but they didn't expect you to beat the man, the living legend himself, Michael Phelps, and in the process become a living legend yourself.
I think everybody that spoke to me, before the Olympics was always gonna. I remember actually making a bet with one of my friends. They were saying, I don't know who we were doing, and they were like, if you win the turn of flight Olympics, like you knew, he's like, I'll name my children after you, even if it's a girl. So I was like, okay, we'll take that bet. Like I said, it's been crazy, Since I've come back from London, I think everything in my life has changed. Not only, the public attention, but just like, training and everything, because I've been so busy doing so many things. And I think, it's been difficult to manage that all. I'm all new to it. But yeah, I'm excited for the next, 4 years. And I think, if I can keep this momentum going, I'm looking forward to, hopefully another successful Olympics in 2016.
Yeah, people forget that you are still so young and you've got at least 2 more Olympics left in you. Chad, you're talking about how life has changed. How many wedding proposals have you got, man?
No, too many. I can't keep count. There's, I think those have been more than the matric dance proposals.
No, I was about to say.
Not to ask me for matric dance anymore, so I'm getting more wedding ones. But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, well, that's just an absolute prime example of your humility. You've said yes to a lot of those matric dance invites, eh?
Sorry, hold on, I didn't catch that.
No, not at all. I said it just shows how humble you are. You actually said yes to a lot of those matric dance invites.
Yeah, no, it's it's been fun, It's like I say, when I went to Melanie's matric dance about a month and a half ago, we had a great time. It was very different. Everyone was asking for photos and everything. So like I say, I'm a normal guy. I'm not really used to all of this yet. But yeah, it's been fun.
Okay, Chad, you've got a big responsibility, though. You went to the 2012 London Games as this bright young hope that's going to bring South Africa glory in years to come. You've already done that, but so many people are looking up to you now. So many youngsters are just wanting to be Chad Leclos. How do you hope to take this newfound fame, this newfound glory that you found through your triumphs at the Olympics, and translate that into some positive development of South African swimming, South African sport at large?
Yes, no, 100%. We've actually started with that. We've started with the foundation with my coach. We're starting to build little swimming clinics around South Africa. We started off in Durban and Umlazi and Kwamashu just to, help promote the sport at the rural areas to get a greater interest in the sport. And I think, like what you said, we've done well, and I think a lot of people, hopefully want to be like us and young kids. So, I have a few things that I want to achieve in the next 4 years, and I think my ultimate goal is basically to increase the swimming in South Africa from 3,000 registered swimmers to hopefully 10,000, because I believe we can, and we have the talent in South Africa. And look, we need people to support us. We need the corporates, we need South Africa, we need SASCOC, we need South Africa to all get behind us. Not only me and Cameron and everybody else, but the youth team coming through, and I believe that they're going to start getting that done correctly, and I'm very excited. I'm hopefully looking for another Olympics with a lot of youngsters, hoping to be like me. I'm very humbled by that.
All right, final question there, Chad. It's 3.5 years, or not even 3.5 years, until the 2016 Rio Games. A lot of stuff happens in between. When's your next big chance to go out and win some more silverware?
Actually, it's in 4 weeks' time. I'm competing at the World Short Course Champs, which is basically held every 2 years. Basically, for people that don't really follow swimming, it's like the Olympics all over again in the short course pool, in the 25-meter pool, the school pools. So it's going to be really hectic. I won that 2 years ago when I was 18, so it's going to be difficult now that I've won the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games. So it's kind of like there's a big target on my back now heading into these games. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I think next year, the long course Worlds and, of course, the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow will be very important for the country. So, hopefully in 2 years' time we can, rake up some more medals and obviously beat the Aussies and everybody else again. That'll be great.
No, it certainly will. Well, Chad, we'll leave you to it. A superstar you are. So humble. Do us one favour, though. Can you stop calling me sir?
Oh, sorry.
Chad Leclerc, the man, the legend on SAFM Sports Special, joining us about the SA Sports Awards Star of the Year that he bagged at the SA Sports Awards last Sunday. $1 million richer, now driving a BMW, and still, realizes how important his victory has been for the development of swimming and sport in general in South Africa. Almost time for the news at 4 on SAFM Sports Special, but let's go on over to the Tshwane Derby between Amatux and Mamelodi Sundowns. Mo, there's been an absolute downpour here in Johannesburg, and I believe it's headed north. How's the weather up there?
Can't be too far away, Nick, because when we arrived here it was absolutely balmy day, but as we look out in the skies it's very grey, and the rain, as you mentioned, is imminent. In fact, the floodlights are on already, but I can tell you that Mamelodi Sundowns are leading by 1-0. That goal coming in the 15th minute from Anthony Lefort, the Liberian international. He was the man who scored the only goal as well when these two teams met in the Telkom knockout. Now it's an equaliser for Pretoria University. It took a rebound off the Mamelodi Sundowns defender, and Tuks are level. What a good time to cross to us after 29 minutes. Lefort getting the opening goal after 15. A lovely curler from the left-hand touchline, but Tuks are level on the half-hour mark. We really have a game on our hands here at the Tshwane Stadium. It's Tuks 1, Mamelodi Sundowns 1.
Oh, can't wait for more action in the next hour of SAFM Sports Special. We're going to give away the answer to our first quiz question as well. I'll play it for you one last time in this hour. Who is this? What are they talking about?
I've had chances, not recently too many, but 04 comes to mind, 06 at Oil Lake, 07 Carnoustie, I was up there. So I've had a couple of outside